Let's be honest, I was a little more excited to receive this in the mail the other day than I should have been. Well, I know you had a pretty exciting week last week, what with Stephanie coming to visit and all, but I had a pretty exciting week too. It was my fall break, so I read a lot of really good books. I ran my first half marathon. I went bungee jumping. I saved a small child's life, and I met the president. So yeah, I just spent my whole fall break at home in Ohio. Which was really nice because I actually did get to read a lot of really good books, and I got to continue this past summer's brave forays into vegetarian cooking, which was a lot of fun. Probably the low point, the highlight of my fall break was spending a day with my dear friend Bo. We got together in the afternoon and we went and got coffee and we walked around a park outside my town so that we could enjoy the beautiful autumn day. And after we left the park, we had dinner at a Lebanese restaurant in town. And then we went home and baked pumpkin bread and spiced apple crumb muffins. I think that's what they were called. Not trying to brag or anything, but they were pretty delicious. I actually spent the vast majority of my week knitting, like any good future cat lady would. And I know you're really curious about what I was working on there, so I'm going to tell you. I saw a post on the Etsy blog about 2 weeks ago about a yarn store in New Zealand that was organizing a coalition of knitters around the world to knit sweaters for penguins that were affected by a recent oil spill. So I thought that sounded pretty cool, and I decided to make a couple. And then I did a little more research on it and found out that they already had a ton of them because it was getting a lot of media coverage. So I'm thinking of abandoning that project, which is really sad because just think about it. Penguins wearing sweaters. I unfortunately had 2 papers to write over break, so of course I did anything I could to procrastinate. I did laundry, I played the piano, I played with my cats, I read more things on my Kindle, I ate extra meals, I worked on other homework. I even continued trying to learn how to juggle with spare balls of yarn, which is something I started to do over the summer, but I didn't get very far. But near the end of the week, I finally buckled down and got into paper mode. This is what paper mode looks like, by the way. It's not a very pretty sight. Honestly tried to work on my papers. Didn't work very well. But when I got back on campus this past Sunday, it really hit me how much I still had left to do. So I was up all night Sunday and most of the night Tuesday night. So it's been a rough week. But this weekend is Halloween, which should be pretty fun. So I have a couple costume options. I haven't really made up my mind yet. I can be Amy Pond or I can be Amy Pond. So it's gonna be a pretty tough choice. Probably gonna be Amy Pond. Well, that's about all I got. I'm just going to drink a little more of my tea and get back to my knitting. And I'm not going to tell you what I'm working on this time, but I think you'll find out soon enough. I don't know.